What's going on? What's going on, everybody? It is the only sports podcast. That's right, the only sports podcast. I'm Will. That's Casino over there. How we doing today, Casino?
Doing pretty good. I like my new little setup here. I tried to figure out a better way so I'm a little further away from the screen and not all up in everybody's business. But yeah.
Yeah.
I need to build a whole room into my house so I can have a nice little cool background like you.
Yeah.
It's either that or you can see a whole bunch of princess shit in my kids' room. So besides that, we're good.
Well, you know what? This is technically started a new season on our podcast because we always do Super Bowl as the last one. Also, the new thing that changed is now I'm on the other side of the screen because I realized I put the camera right there now. So I'm looking left. And when I watch the podcast back, it looks weird because it looks like I'm looking off screen to no one. Now it looks like I'm looking always just right at Casino. So
That's
just
fair.
can't get enough
and
of
I'm
it.
just staring at nothing.
Staring
into my backyard.
I'm looking at you looking at something, which is just
I'm staring in the backyard. Hey, how's it going down here? See, I know this would make more sense, but yeah, it doesn't work out that way.
No. Well, also, I'm staring. You have to be staring the other way because it's gonna be flipped from what we're seeing. So you have to be looking that way.
How's it going?
So
when I'm looking at it, it doesn't look right. Like when I'm looking at it, I'm looking away from you right now.
You know what? Actually, I can watch the show live. Let me pull it up and see how it looks live. But yeah, now Casino, it's been a couple days. You've had time to process the Super Bowl. How are we feeling about it?
I'm still fine with it. I'm honestly fine with it. Yeah, I truly am. I hate who I hate. I believe in who I believe in. And yeah, I'm pretty okay with it. Honestly, I really am.
It's always okay. Oh yeah, see, so you would have to be I'm staring this way. Or no, I'm staring this way. So you have to turn that way. Yes.
So it looks for what I'm looking at, it looks like we're both looking the wrong direction.
I know. But then if you look at it live, it looks oh no, wait, now you shift the other way. See, it looks like that. This is like Inception where we're watching ourselves. But we are here today, Casino, to I don't know, when did all of a sudden this Seattle Seahawks team just become the best team to ever win a Super Bowl? And now Sam Darnold is just the best quarterback in the NFC. When did this discussion suddenly just become?
This discussion, it's wild to say that they're the best team to ever win a Super Bowl. Do I think they're one of the best put together teams in the last 10 years? Yeah, I can say they're probably one of the best teams to put together in the last 10 years. Offensively, they got a whole bunch of weapons. It was sad that JSN, who won Offensive Player of the Year, got hurt, and Charbonnet was hurt, where they had that two-headed back. They had more weapons to go, and they didn't need those. And they have one of the best defenses of all time. So honestly, yeah, in the last 10 years, I do think this could be the best team put together in the last 10 years.
Now, this is my hot take. Is this team better? Is this team better than the Eagles team last year? Because again, what is it? The path that this Seahawks team had to do to get to the Super Bowl was go through a banged up 49ers team, which they annihilated, and then they won in a 1-score game against the Rams. So that 49ers team upset the Eagles by 3 points. Last year, the path the Eagles had to the Super Bowl was go through the go through the Rams, which was a 1-score game, annihilate a Commanders team that had just annihilated the Lions, and then beat a Chiefs team going for a 3-peat. This year, the Seahawks had to beat a Patriots team by all accounts with a Drake May with a bum shoulder. So again, I keep seeing all this thing where it's like, oh, well, who would you take, Sam Darnold or Jalen Hurts? And it's just like, does everybody just forget that Sam Darnold had the most turnovers by any quarterback in the league this year? Like, it's just, I don't understand. Last year, it was like, I mean, are the Eagles even good after they went 2-2 and then didn't lose another game the entire season and won the Super Bowl? This year, it's like, I mean, this Seahawks team, Sam Darnold's the best quarterback in the league. And people are saying that without like any
No,
kind
no.
of asterisk or any kind of what is it?
Is he
Anything. It's insane.
now entered an elite quarterback situation? I think so because he's had the time to figure it out. He's had 2 14-win seasons in the regular season in a row. He's had time to figure this out. I think he's now you could call him an elite quarterback. I think he's reached that mark. Yes, he had a lot of turnovers, but they still got it done. And yes, a lot has to do with that defense. But all the weapons that they did have were great. He helped JSN, right? Obviously, you can't be a receiver without your quarterback. He helped JSN get Offensive Player of the Year. Um, he looked sharp when he needed to, and this postseason he looked really good. Yes, and I even said it, and you just alluded to it. Now they did beat a banged up Niners team. Then they beat a Rams team that they barely beat during the regular season, and again, that weird 2-point conversion is what gave them that home field advantage and that week off. So, yeah, I do think that this team, you could, with that defense, you could put this team as a top 3 team over the last 10 years, 8 years, something like that. They're a really good team. They were well put together, well coached. I think McDonald definitely people need to tip their hat to him because I think he coached this team phenomenally. I think he did a great job. And yeah, he just got Sam Darnold to see less ghosts.
Okay, so Sam Darnold this year, statistic wise, he threw for 67% completion percentage, 4,400 yards, 25 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Okay, he also had
But we're not grading the quarterback, we're grading the team.
But that's what I'm saying. So, but I'm talking specifically right now about the quarterback position because
okay, and I agree with you. No, he's not the greatest quarterback to play the game over the last 10 years. That's no. Has he now entered, in my opinion, where he could be called an elite quarterback? You won a Super Bowl. You won a Super Bowl and you had a clean playoff season or clean playoff run. Yeah, and you had 2 14-back win seasons. Like, yeah, in my opinion, he has now reached that category where you can have that discussion and call him an elite quarterback over just a good quarterback.
So the question
time.
well, the question I keep seeing after this Super Bowl is what quarterbacks would you take in the NFC right now over Sam Darnold? So let's go through them. The NFC East, you obviously have Hurts, Dak Prescott, Jaden Daniels, and Jackson Dart. Which of those are you taking over Sam Darnold right now?
All those 3 over Sam Darnold right now. You're going to hate it, but I don't know if I would. He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I'm saying which quarterbacks in that are you taking over Sam Darnold?
None. Not right now.
You would take Sam Darnold over every single one of those quarterbacks right now?
I would. He just had 2 14-win seasons in a row with 2 different teams, and he won a Super Bowl. Yes, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, but again, Hurts won a Super Bowl last year.
Okay.
So then if you
said right now I'm going to take Sam Darnold.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, now we go Chicago Bears with Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, Vikings with 9, and then Jared Goff.
Goff's towards the end of his career. Yeah, definitely not 9, definitely not Caleb Williams. So right now, the only ones that I could throw in the mix right now would be Hurts and Jordan Love if he can stay healthy, but I just don't trust him. So I'm going to put Sam Darnold over them right now. Okay,
NFC South. I mean, really the only person in the NFC South because the rest are rookies and unknowns. And Carolina Panthers guy whose name I'm blanking on, Bryce Young. So with Tampa Bay, would you take Baker or Darnold?
Baker's just as turnover prone, so I'm gonna have to go with the Super Bowl winning quarterback.
So you go Darnold. Okay, now NFC West, we have Stafford, Purdy, and then Kyler Murray.
I would take Stafford over him.
So right now, the only quarterbacks you would take in the NFC over Darnold would
as of right now, yeah,
would be Stafford. Just Stafford. Stafford and Love. No,
I didn't say no. Just
no,
Stafford.
just Stafford.
I take Stafford over him.
That's what it's crazy, but also last year I said after the Super Bowl, Hurts was a top 5 quarterback. I think he is definitely top 10, and I think it's ridiculous when people try to put other quarterbacks who have done half as less with twice as long a career.
But see, we're not talking about that. We're talking about a quarterback that just won 2 14-win seasons in a row and just won the Super Bowl with a postseason where he did not turn over the ball one single time.
And but with a regular season where he was the most
and he helped JSN. Yes, you could talk about all of his interceptions and his completion rating, this and that. He helped JSN get a MVP or get a Offensive Player of the Year award. He had to, because receivers can't do everything, right? They have to be throwing the football.
Inside the Zone with Mateo says the reason the Seahawks won the Super Bowl was because the defense, as they were one of the most dominant in history. You put most of the teams in the NFC or most of the quarterbacks, I'm assuming, on the teams in the NFC on the Seahawks, they win the Super Bowl too. So this is, and he said I meant quarterbacks. I know what you meant. But this is my whole argument. The whole thing last year was you put any quarterback on the Eagles team and they win the Super Bowl. Yeah, except Jalen Hurts won Super Bowl MVP and his all-pro running back did nothing in that entire game. And again, his defense, 1 pick 6, and then the rest offensively was kind of on par with what they were doing defensively. This game, Darnold, you're just like, oh yeah, he threw for 200 yards, 1 touchdown. He evaded a sack like 3 times. Didn't win Super Bowl MVP. So there's this thing, wasn't in contention for any other awards, best quarterback, any of that kind of stuff. Again, last year, the Eagles defense was very good. This year, the Seahawks defense was historically a top 6 defense in NFL history. So now we do this thing where Darnold's running back won Super Bowl MVP. So now we have to talk about Darnold as the same way everybody talked about Hurts last year, because Darnold won the Super Bowl this year doing exactly what everybody said Hurts would do last year. And then I don't know if you've heard this or not, Casino, but Hurts has 2 of the 3 best performances in Super Bowl history.
Oh no, I've heard it. You're my friend. I've heard it. I've heard it once or twice.
So now we just do this thing. Well, it's this again. Last year, after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, it's like, I mean, Hurts is whatever. He's just a good quarterback on a great team. This year, it's Darnold did less with the same amount and a better defense, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, Darnold clearly the best quarterback in the NFL, and people are saying that unironically. No. A year ago,
I don't agree with that. No.
A year ago, the Vikings were getting blown out in a game he couldn't complete a pass in. Like, what are we doing? Are we this prisoners of the moment where we're just like, every single thing that happened before a week ago does not matter? This is the new normal. It's just like the Super Bowl. He was good in the Super Bowl. He wasn't great or statistically amazing. The credit we gave him after the Super Bowl was like, well, I'll tell you what, for that guy who turns the ball over a lot, he didn't turn the ball over. That's not how we talk about elite quarterbacks. You don't just go, oh, the guy who throws a lot of interceptions actually didn't throw one, even though the first pass of the game could have been a pick 6 if the Patriots the Patriots defender turned his head. It's like, it's just, I swear this part of sports media is just there specifically to annoy me, just specifically to piss me off. We have pundits on TV just being like, Darnold, I'm telling you. Well, he's the best quarterback in the league.
Talking points, man. They just have to make talking
points. I know, but you can have a discussion without just being like, I wouldn't take any other quarterback over Sam Darnold right now. It's like, really? Because 3 weeks ago, Josh Allen was the best quarterback to ever play the position. And now all of a sudden it's just like,
so in the NFC for me, Stafford, number 1, and he won the MVP, rightfully so. I told you that I was leaning more Stafford, even though I wanted Drake May to win. I was leaning more Stafford. He won it. Good for him. So not a biased Patriot fan there. So screw yourself there. And then no, with this one, I think the 2 other quarterbacks that you could put with Sam Darnold, and they're right there, because Stafford's clearly the best in the NFC, clearly by far.
I agree.
Stafford, Hurts, and with what Dak did this year as well.
See, I think you can make the discussion. The better quarterbacks than Darnold are obviously Stafford. He's also won a Super Bowl, statistically the best quarterback this year, won an MVP, blah, 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 blah. You can make a case that if you want to put Baker Mayfield in there, you can make a case. They've kind of had the same path. I mean, they were both kind of passed around the league, were on the Panthers together.
But there's a difference. One has won now the Super Bowl, and one hasn't.
Yeah, but again, if you put
and it came to that, and if it came into the playoffs, do you really think Baker would have gone turnover free in these playoffs?
But again, the Bucks were the only team that beat the Seahawks during the regular season. So again, Baker was the only quarterback this year outside a divisional opponent that shredded this top 6 defense of all time. So I mean, you got to give Baker some credit there, head to head.
I do give Baker credit. I like Baker. You know this.
But again, I'm saying I wouldn't take Baker over Darnold, but no. I don't think the gap is insane now. Like, I don't think if you put Baker on this Seahawks team or even that Eagles team last year, I don't think those games are any different. I still think they win. I don't think Baker, loses them those games. Goff, I would say, I think I would put Goff and Dak in kind of the same tier, in the same category, which is great regular season quarterbacks. I trust 0% in the playoffs. Just 0%. I don't trust, I don't trust Dak or Goff. I think with Caleb, it's too early. 9 is a joke. Jaden Daniels is too injury prone. He might be a one-season wonder. And then I would put Jordan Love. So really, I would put Hurts, Love, Baker, Stafford, and Darnold all kind of in that top 5 NFC quarterback. And then obviously tied for 6 would be Goff and Dak, just because I don't trust them in the playoffs at all. Look what Purdy did with the banged up offense. Ignore the games versus the Seahawks because no quarterback really played well versus them. But you can't ignore the games versus the Seahawks because we just said the one quarterback who did play good against them was Baker Mayfield. And that was when his whole team was banged up. He had no weapons in that game, and he still picked them apart. Again, also, I feel like I would put Purdy. I'd put Purdy kind of right there with Dak and Goff, kind of at that 6, 7, 8 range. Yeah, but as far as this Seahawks team goes, so the thing that spawned this on was last episode we were going to have this discussion.
Yeah, who pissed you off?
No. Well, this is just clips. Again, I don't watch any of these sports shows. I just see the clips and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I saw a lineup where it was Stephen A. Smith, Cam Newton, Dan Orlovsky, and Ryan Clark all debating football topics. And I was just like, I can't think of a more nightmare blunt rotation. Like, who the hell watches that show and is like, this is good. This is good analysis. So that pissed this off. But what we were going to do last episode, and then we ran out of time, was give your Patriots hot take, Casino, or not hot take, and then I'll give my hot take on the Patriots from what, oh my God, it's so bright.
So you're saying it's crazy that I said the Patriots could meet the Seahawks in the Super Bowl again in 5 years, within these 5 years?
Yes.
I just don't. How is that so absurd to you? The defense is good. Like the Patriots defense is really good, young. They're going to sign players. Max Crosby wants to go over there and play. If that deal can get done, that defense is just set. That defense is set. Sorry. And then with the offense, you know what you need to fix. You need to bring in a couple more weapons. You need to fix that O-line and just keep coaching Drake May, who wants to be coached, who wants to learn. And yeah, I admit it, that postseason wasn't great, but when he had time and they had some structure, he was able to put the ball where he needed to put it. He was able to use his legs. That's all coaching. Was the Super Bowl too big of a moment for him? Yes, but I think that's also got into his head early because they could not put together a game plan for him to get rid of the ball fast enough. He is coachable. You've got to work on that. I think the Patriots, they know what they need to fix. A lot of teams, they don't. There's too many things that they need to fix. The defense, you don't need to worry about the defense. Vrabel's got that. Look what he did in 1 year with that defense. It's good. It's solid. They're most likely going to get Crosby because Crosby wants to come. All the defensive players have said, we want to stay. Let's work on a contract. They might lose one, but that happens. But I think that defense is going to be great for years to come. And then with the offense, you've got it. You can figure it out. We have Travion Henderson. They know what they have in him, a speedster. He just needs some lanes, work on that offensive line, and you're pretty good. So it's crazy for me to think that the Patriots are going to take a massive down step. Yes, they've got a tougher schedule. They have the 6th hardest schedule going into next year is what already came out as. And with what you did this year, that experience, all those games played, you weren't out of the postseason. You had more experience in the postseason. You can coach up your team. I trust in Vrabel. He's put together a good team. Josh McDaniels, I don't know. They're going to keep him. I'm worried about that. Again, I've never been a Josh McDaniels fan. So I think Vrabel's got to really look inward and just be like, okay, if Josh McDaniels wants to run this type of offense, we need to do X, Y, Z in the trenches and get this figured out. So that's why I think, and then obviously with the Seahawks, they have that great defense. They've got great players. So, and Sam Darnold looked like he turned a corner when it came to seeing ghosts, 7 years ago, whatever it was.
So this is my argument. So the Patriots, in the Patriots, this is for people listening, in the Patriots, the Patriots had 53 drives. They averaged 1.13 points per drive in those games. The 2017 Broncos averaged 1.22 points per drive, or the Browns, I'm sorry. They went 0-16. Yeah. So right there, it's showing, that your offense this year.
So now you're going against an entire regular season and a postseason where rain, sleet, and snow against all of those defenses. Dude, everybody is overlooking. Yes, the stats and the analytics all show shit for the Pats in the postseason. 100% shit. The Pats were in a rebuild year. They should not have made the Super Bowl. They got to the Super Bowl. Yes, a lot has to do with that schedule, but those defenses were not easy. Those defenses, I don't give two shits about what the other team was doing with their quarterback on the other side. You're showing right there that is offensive, right? That offense had to go playing in massive rain in New England, cold, wet, slippery against a good defense, right? So then after that, then you have to go into a sleet game that was supposed to be snowing, but wasn't quite snowing. And you're going up against the number 1 defense. And then you go into a number 2 defense in Denver, where the half the game was just completely snowed out, blizzard, snow flying sideways. I don't look at those and fuck those analytics. I'm going to just say it straight out and all those stats, because that's like if you're just like looking at it and you're like, oh, those were perfect games. Those were not perfect games. You have a second-year quarterback, a shit offensive line, and you were still able to win 3 of those 4 games. That to me is impressive. That is very impressive. In that weather condition, they were able to figure it out and get enough done to do it. So it's mind-blowing that everybody's saying that, oh, this team sucks. They're acting like they're playing in goddamn domes like half these teams do. They're not playing outside. So it's bullshit. It's getting frustrating at this point, but whatever. I don't care. Patriots fan. Love it. Go Pats. And they will be better, and they'll get better.
Okay, so this is, So again, we talk about how bad the offense was against great elite defenses, but then you can't hype up how
they went against 4 of the best 5 defenses in the league this year.
Yeah, and bottom 5 offenses. So you can't go, well, we can't give any credit to we can't give any credit to the Patriots offenses. They went against the best defenses. Well, then by that same logic, you can't give any credit to the Patriots defenses because they went up against backups and CJ Stroud turning the ball over historically 10 times. They were going against the Jets and Dolphins all season. They had the easiest schedule in the league. So if we're doing the tit for tat, why are we only allowed to say, well, of course their offense struggled. They went against the worst or they went against the best.
Okay, and you bring that up. Look at what they did in the Super Bowl. That defense is the only reason this wasn't a 60-point blowout. Only reason it wasn't a 60-point blowout.
Well, it's also because
against the offensive player of the year, against a really good running
he was
back
out for most of the game. Jackson Smith and Jigba missed 3 quarters with I think he was concussion,
dude.
He was out from the first quarter. He came back in the fourth. He got knocked out early.
I don't recall him being out that early. No.
I'm pretty sure he was out by the end of the first quarter. But okay, so then this is my thing with Drake May. So only 4 quarterbacks have come back to win a Super Bowl after losing their first Super Bowl start, and only 1 in the modern era. So we have Len Dawson with the Chiefs, who lost Super Bowl 1, came back. I don't know Roman numerals. I think that's, what is that, 4? 6? I don't know. Bob Greasy came back for the Dolphins.
Yeah, he was injured. No, hold on. He was injured in the third quarter, and he came back in before the third quarter.
There's no way he was only injured in the third quarter. He was out.
No. It looked like he was out. That's because Christian Gonzalez was playing some of the best. He's the only one outside of Woodson, the rookie, who showed up to that goddamn game. Yeah, he was injured in the third quarter.
That's not true. There's no way.
That's not true. Look it up. I have it on 3 sites right here.
Let's see. Sorry.
Got evaluated for concussion after he hit the ground after Marcus Jones, and he returned to the field in the early fourth quarter. Boom.
Oh, okay. Then I got that wrong.
Yeah.
But
because you don't trust me.
No, not at all. Not at all. But no, what is it? Well, no, I smashed the what is it? I smashed the under on the over under for Jackson Smith and Jigba was 104.5 yards over under. I put under and I had no sweat the entire game. So
I think we both picked under that because I just told you that JSN was going to get taken care of by Christian Gonzalez, and he did. Yeah. He did. Yeah, he did so much that you thought that he got injured in the first.
Well, no, I just felt like
he was taken out of that game.
No, I just felt like they kept doing a bunch of shots of him walking down the hallway in the back and then going to the blue tent. I just felt like they showed
that
more.
Was all third quarter, man.
That's crazy.
How hammered were you?
I mean, I wasn't. But okay. So as far as Drake May goes, only 4 quarterbacks have come back to win a Super Bowl after losing their first Super Bowl start, and only 1 in the modern era. Somebody says Elway isn't modern era. Damn, I'm old. Elway retired in '98. that is definitely not modern era.
20 years ago now.
Yeah. So, and the big thing with Hurts was just like after he lost that first Super Bowl, everybody just threw their hands up and said, "Oh, well, it's not going to happen again." Like he's done. So statistically, in the history of the NFL, as we just said, not even modern era, history of the NFL, when a quarterback loses their first bite at the Super Bowl apple, they never get back there. There's been 60 Super Bowls. What if you take out all the multiples? It's probably let's say 40 to 50 different quarterbacks have had their shot at the apple.
Okay, so 1 in 10.
Yeah. So again, do you think Drake May is one of the 10? Do you think Drake May is going to be the outlier where he defies, Super Bowl NFL history to get back to a Super Bowl and win it?
I think this team with this coach and this organization can help him do that. Yes. Because Vrabel, you and I both love Vrabel. We were shocked that he got cut from Tennessee. I think with Vrabel, I think with them getting some pieces around, this organization went to 12 Super Bowls, right? This record high, 12 Super Bowls for the Patriots. And with Tom Brady being there was the majority of them, right? 8 of them, right? So, yeah, I do think that they can get back there. I truly do, because there's a difference when you look at quarterbacks. This is the reason why I'm so hyped up on May. And it's not because his great performance and all of this and being runner-up in MVP. It's because he wants to be coached. He's humble. He goes out there. He wants to play the game. He's a student of the game. He wants to go out there and learn and be the best that he can be. He's 23 years old. He's got a long future ahead of him. And for him to be this humble, for him to be this willing to learn this early on with a good coach, with a great coach and with a great organization and owner with Kraft, you even said it, Kraft is a great owner, I do think if they get the right pieces, they get the right pieces, this team can go back to the Super Bowl in the next 5 years.
Also,
especially with all the disarray that's happening in the AFC and the coaching changes and all of that, because there's a lot of coaches that I don't know if I trust going into next season. So
also, OFP Ginger Ninja says Elway Kelly Marino started the modern era of quarterbacks in my eyes. That was 1984. 1984. I'm 34. LOL. Yeah, I'm 35. Casino's 34. I don't think
I'm 35.
You're
Dumbass.
35. I'm 35. Oh yeah, I'm about to
You'll
be
be 36. You'll be
I know.
36 this year.
God,
Early this year, and I'll be 36 late this year.
So basically, me, you, and OFP Ginger Ninja are all old. What is it?
Trust me, I feel it every day in my bones.
New England has something over there for sure. Vrabel is the man. So this is my argument against the Patriots.
Yeah, that's why I think that the Pats can, and it starts with Vrabel and then goes up. I mean, hell, starts with Robert Kraft and it works its way down. Vrabel. I'm just worried about offensive coordinator.
We are 12. We are 12. Go Hawks, baby.
The Patriots.
As nobody cares about
what? I
don't think I've
ever heard of the Patriots. That is good.
That is pretty good.
Shout out, really good.
Seattle Seahawks fans winning on and off the field. The Patriots. We have $80 million in cap and just won the bowl. You're going to see us a lot coming up.
I said that. I agree with you, though.
Yeah,
I agree. I said the Seahawks can get back there. This guy, see, I'm doing it right.
That's
right?
not true. I think Seahawks can get back there. I don't think Patriots. Again, my argument against the Patriots is threefold. One, they had the easiest schedule. Again, everybody has the easiest schedule every year. There's obviously a team that has to have the easiest schedule. The Patriots had the easiest schedule, much like how the Seahawks had one of the best defenses in NFL history. The Patriots had one of the easiest schedules in NFL history in terms of teams they played. Not only that, what is it? Mahomes was out. Burrow was out. Lamar Jackson was out. Lamar Jackson was out. Josh Allen, got knocked out by still a pass that even my Bills fans are like, he didn't intercept that. He didn't intercept that. So when you look at the landscape of the AFC, every year now, the Patriots still have to get past Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then you look at all of the AFC West outside of Mahomes. You also have the Broncos. You also have the Chargers. It's just like, it's a murderer's row in the AFC. And this year, the Patriots got there by having the easiest schedule in the world. They got lucky. This is a thing I also wanted to segue to. They got lucky in terms of who they matched up with, how they matched up with them. And then you also just got
the playoffs.
The what?
All teams that made the playoffs.
But then what happened to those teams once they got in the playoffs? You're not telling me that Broncos game, the Patriots didn't look good that entire game and then it started snowing. If that would have been Bo Nix in that game, that might have been a 20-point blowout. Like
I don't agree, because Stafford did just enough in that first half and then nobody was going to throw the ball in the second half.
But okay,
zero people were going to throw the ball in the second half.
Well, I'm taking a drink of my tea. You had
Your sweet tea?
It is sweet tea.
Gross.
You had an issue with me saying that in order to win the Super Bowl, every team that's ever won the Super Bowl is lucky. So what is your issue with that? Because I think that's just a known thing, like across the board. I
don't have an issue with that.
That was, you said we should talk about that on the show.
No, I was going to use it against you.
Oh, why? How are you going to use it against me?
Because you've always made it seem like that the teams that get there because they are skill based and they get there. That's how you kind of explained it to me the other day.
No, I think it's a 50-50 thing because, again, the season now is so long that you have to be lucky with just injuries, with schedule. Again, the Patriots got there because quarterbacks got hurt. What is it? They were playing home field, all that kind of stuff. Like, it's just their
I just still love how everybody was like,
season.
oh, the Patriots, even with the easiest schedule, they're only going to win 8 games. Yet they made it to the Super Bowl. So you're saying all of that is luck.
Yes.
All of that.
Everything.
All of that. When a team who just won 2 seasons in a row, 4 wins, and then 4 wins, and then they go to the Super Bowl, you think that is all luck. That has nothing to do with coaching. That has nothing to do with skill.
Well,
that
no,
has nothing to do with players.
nothing's all anything. It's not all anything. But it's a giant portion of it is luck because again, what is it? Vrabel never did this in Tennessee. Vrabel never got to the Super Bowl in Tennessee,
No,
and
he had the AFC Championship game.
He had
won the
as
AFC.
good. He had as good of teams as this Patriots team with probably, Drake May's the best quarterback he's ever had.
Okay, stop right there.
Yes.
So Tennessee, they're not putting together a team like the Patriots are going to put together. He did this in year one. He came in and he flipped the entire organization around in year one. And he's got plenty of capital. He's got so much money that he can spend in the offseason. He has got rookies on rookie contracts.
Cheap organization. That was the whole thing that ran Brady and Belichick out of town is because Robert Kraft is cheap. That's why Belichick, we give him so much flowers because of what he had to work with. So now all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh yeah, 90-year-old Robert Kraft, who is building anti-Semitism, organizations in his stadium, which that's one of the craziest videos I've ever seen in my life. Now all of a sudden he's just going to open up the wallet and spend a shitload of money because
they spent money on players. There was players having to take pay cuts.
Yeah, that's the point.
Well, because they want, and that's because, and what did they do with that? Oh, they won Super Bowls. They went to Super Bowls.
Yeah, but
every
that was
single
with
year.
Brady. That was with Belichick. I don't think, again, Drake May and Mike Vrabel are good. They're not all-time greats. Like, that was
not yet.
Yeah, but then again, the second Brady left, it was
I'm not saying Vrabel and Drake are going to go to 8 Super Bowls in their span. They're not going to go to 8 Super Bowls. Can they go back? Sure.
But what
I do see them they have a chance to go back. There's a 5-year window here with the amount of money they have to spend, with the players that want to go being coached under Vrabel, like Max Crosby, one of the best edge rushers in the league.
This is just if you guys get the best players on
this whole
defensive.
The whole sports is about ifs.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what is it? Your whole argument is, well, if we get this really good defensive player, if I've heard from every Patriots fan for 3 years, if we trade for AJ Brown, like all these guys where it's like, yeah, if you get the best players from other teams, your team will be better. But I
don't think they need to do anything else on defense. They don't need Crosby. Their defense is just fine the way it is. They don't need him. Would it help? Sure, it would help. If they get Crosby, that's a top 3 defense going into next year. I'll stamp that now.
If they get Crosby, it's a top 3 defense. Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah.
100. The only thing that is missing on that team is somebody that can bring players back into the middle. You're not getting up the gut with this team. 100%.
OFP Ginger Ninja says, congrats on the win, Hawks fan. He said, thanks.
Yeah.
Ginger Ninja said, my Colts
they didn't fall to pieces. They fell down in the Mariana Trench.
Well, I mean, Daniel Jones, MVP, because they didn't win another game without him. That's MVP. It is hate saying it, but it is a Patriots curse. I don't know what that means. But old shitty stitty. Hope you two are well today, buds. You know what? I am well.
I'm doing pretty good. My kids aren't. My kids are sick as a dog, but besides that, they're great.
Dude, my son, it's my 5-year-old just has a eternal runny nose. It's just eternal now. Every single day, he's sucking up boogers. It's disgusting. Runner-up MVP tells me it isn't luck. They're scheduling the playoffs probably, but you aren't runner-up MVP on luck. But again, it's not luck that he was runner-up MVP.
He's not ready there. He's not ready yet. He with what he had and the teams that he played against, he took care of business. There's a nice gap. You saw it in the Super Bowl. You saw it through the postseason because he struggled protecting the football. He needs to get better pocket awareness. That is a must stay. And I'm not a diehard Patriots fan, and I'm defending Drake May, but he needs better pocket awareness. And at 23, that will come in time. He wasn't great with that in college either at UNC. That can be coached. Look what happened last year to this year with Caleb Williams. He was sacked so many times last year, right?
Yeah.
And then this year he got coached into cutting that in half. You can do that with Drake May. When you have the right pieces in there, I think Drake May, who wants to learn, he will be able to do that as well. Sorry.
Well, I will say, what is it for the Patriots? The things I hear so many things about Max Crosby. I hear so many things about AJ Brown.
I'm only
The
saying
entire
I don't want AJ
offseason-
Brown.
Well, again, AJ Brown again. Diana Rossini is just pulling shit out of her ass because every other Eagles person, even AJ Brown himself, said we're not trading him. He's not getting traded. It would be like negative $70 million in cap space. Yeah. Why would they? They're not trading him. I don't know why this is a thing.
I don't either. And the only reason I'm saying Crosby, right? And you've known me long enough. Like, yes, I say if this or if that, but I'm not like, oh, this is going to happen. Like, Crosby's out there saying he wants to. He's said it himself.
Well, he's done with the Raiders because remember they told him he couldn't play the last game when he wanted to because he was injured, and then he released that video of him playing basketball in his home gym.
Yeah.
So that to me, felt like
he wants out of there, and it's known he wants out of there. And then when he posts online that he's following Chason, and then he also says just straight up, I want to play for Vrabel.
Well, you know who he's also said he wants to play for? He's also said he wants to play for the Eagles. And there's also talks of him going to the Bears. So those are
that was all before he came out and then said straight up, I want to play for Vrabel.
Yeah, but he's also said he wants to play for the Eagles and did the little Eagles emoji. So I'm just saying.
Just if the Pats can get Crosby, they don't need to do anything else. All of draft, all off season, all free agents, whatever. Just go hard on offense, refix that O-line. They did say they're going to keep Will Campbell at left tackle. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Jared Wilson at left guard, I can see him getting knocked out. Currently, the draft projections is the Pats are going to try to get a guy out of Utah, another offensive tackle, which I'm fine with. Do whatever you can on that offensive line.
This is a good. Nick Overman says, I don't know why a rookie left tackle is taking so much heat. Stats show him and Darnold had identical time in the pocket before being rushed. That is a good thing I've seen. But again, the issue is there was nowhere to go with the ball. So again, that's why both passing offenses just didn't complete passes.
And that's why you and I both have issues with Josh McDaniels on that because, I mean, that's why he's not losing his job. Will Campbell's not losing his job over this because he did go against 4 of the top 5 defenses, one of them being one of the best defenses to play in NFL history. Regardless of their schedule, I mean, we can always dig into that, but they're good. They're a good defense. He went against all pros on that left side. He went against Khalil Mack. You know, he went against some juggernauts. He's too young. First year in the league. He was getting pushed around. I did see my friend did post a video and send it to me. The clip of Will Campbell going, I will die, or what was it again? I will bleed and die for Drake May. And then it was just a compilation of him getting absolutely wrecked. And then at the end, it was just like him ascending to the heavens. I thought that was hysterical. My favorite meme of the Super Bowl I sent you.
I have it.
Are you gonna put that on?
I am.
That's so funny.
Also, I'll read the rest of the comments in a second. This is a side note while I look for this picture. This is insane. My wife got a hernia like a while ago.
No.
So she went to the doctors to go have it like looked at to see if she needs surgery and all that kind of stuff. The doctor office she went to, she's sitting in one of the doctor's offices. The doctor's office right next to her. And I quote, this is the text message she just sent to me. There is a guy in the next room screaming that they did his surgery on the wrong part of his body. And he is now suing the doctor and screaming at the top of his lungs that he's suing the shit out of the organization, everyone there, and his doctor. And he's just repeatedly hitting the wall over and over again.
I would get up and walk out.
That's my wife literally just said, I'm leaving the room right now to come home. So yeah, probably the right move. But the picture that Casino is talking about, which
it's an all-timer. It's an all-timer.
It's just, I don't know if anyone's seen what is it? The video or the meme, but it's literally just 5 Seahawks players standing behind Drake May sitting on the couch in front of him. If you've seen the meme, you know what meme it is. So
my favorite thing about that. So I like I said, saw that and so somebody who watches this show, who's a Patriot fan who was here watching it with me, he sent me that. I immediately sent it to you. Thought it was hysterical. I immediately sent it to my coworker who's a Seahawks fan. And in his response, just simple goes, except this kind of implies consent. And I was just like, oh, bro.
Dear Lord.
I thought that was great. That's great. That's all he said. That's all he said.
That is true.
Oh, man. And all he said was very true. That's all. I just responded very true. I love it. I think it's funny. Again, I'm doing fine with this. Rebuild year. They made it to the Super Bowl.
I will say, Ginger Ninja brings up a good point. Quarterback on a rookie deal is the window for sure. Denver there too. Yeah. So if you look at
so that's what I was trying to put up is it's not just Drake May. There is a lot of rookies on that team. Like I said, there's 2 players that I thought showed up at that Super Bowl. One being Woodson, who was a rookie. Keep him. You keep him. He's cheap right now. Build around it. The window for this Patriots team to go, and that's why I didn't say, oh, during Drake May's thing. It's like I can see this in the next 5 years. Like I could see them putting together a team and with the money that they have to put something together to make it back to the Super Bowl.
Just by that logic, because we've seen this happen a lot where quarterbacks are on a cheap or a rookie deal. We never see the quarterbacks getting paid the most money go to the Super Bowl and win it. By this logic, let's see. So it's Purdy got paid, Stafford got paid. Sam Darnold, I feel like still falls in this window because his deal was very cheap.
Oh, his deal, yeah. That first thing you and I said when we saw that deal, I mean, I'm not going to try to find it, but we were just like, holy shit, that's a steal.
Yeah.
That's a steal.
What is it? Falcons got nobody. Saints, Shuck, maybe they could be a worst to first team in that division next year. I mean, he won Rookie of the Year.
It's the Giants. The Giants, as long as Jackson Dart can stay out of the concussion Olympics, they're looking good.
Bears. I really feel like I'm looking at Bears next year to be like,
yeah. And with all of that comes, in my opinion, you have the young quarterbacks. You have quarterbacks that you want to be your franchise guy. I mean, I will say Jackson Dart. I think that with what he did and what he showed, that's who they're going to lean into, right? Caleb Williams, obviously, that's their guy. Drake May is obviously that's their guy. When you find at least, and then Bo Nix, the guy that you are going to go with for the next 3 to 4 years, right, to see if that pans out, you have them, you know what you want, you bring in the right coaches. Harbaugh going over to the Giants, Vrabel in New England, Ben Johnson, as long as he can kind of calm down a little bit and stop taking his shirt off in the locker room, I think they are going to do okay.
Or maybe he needs to do more of that.
Or maybe he does.
I feel like there was that peak. That was the peak.
That was the peak. That was the peak.
What is it? The Vikings look like such idiots. Well,
100%.
They fired their GM because of this.
They fired the GM before he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, didn't they fire him when they got to the playoffs? It was at the start of the playoffs, wasn't it?
Right around the playoff time. I think it may have been like a game in or something like that. But yeah, they were, yep, you're fired. You're out of here. And rightfully so.
The Vikings finished 9-8. And again, their defense allowed 333 points. Seahawks allowed 292. So honestly, their defense is what? 40 points difference. Not that insane. It's not like Vikings defense was awful this year.
No.
So again, if they would have kept Darnold,
that was one of the biggest seasons in the offseason. Going before they got rid of Sam Darnold, I remember coming on the show and just talking about and saying the Vikings have to do whatever they need to do to keep Sam Darnold. You asked me last year now it's 2 years ago. But you asked me the season when he was on the Vikings, could you see him hoisting up a Lombardi trophy? And I said yes. And you thought I was crazy, this and that. 100% that Vikings team, they kept Sam Darnold. They would have been pushing for a championship this year as well.
Well, then we also saw if Seahawks just would have kept Geno Smith, what would they even have been? Geno Smith fell off a cliff this year.
That's huge. I mean, that's so true. So true. The Seahawks did everything they need to do. They got Sam Darnold. I mean, and then at the trade deadline, they got Rashid Shaheed, who was phenomenal for him. Even though he didn't do a lot in the Super Bowl, he did everything in the playoffs. That's for sure. So, I mean, they've been making the right moves over the last year and a half. I told you that offseason that they had, the pieces they brought in, I thought this team was really good. And the only reason I didn't go with the Rams, which, in retrospect, it's funny because Stafford just got the MVP. But I was saying that, his back issue, it was kind of a toss-up for me between those two teams. And you know what? I'm really happy watching those two teams go at it at the very end, because those were the two teams that I was like, yeah, I don't know who is going to win that division. I like both rosters.
You know what?
It came out to just being the Seahawks on top.
You just reminded me, we were gonna do this for this show and I completely forgot. I saved all our picks at the beginning of the season for what our picks were gonna be. And this was supposed to be like what is it? So you know what? Let's just do it right now. So here you go. These are what our picks were. Actually, no, before we do that, let me go through the rest of the comments right here. AJ Brown is a cancer. So
agreed.
I like AJ Brown on every single interview and like thing I've ever seen him on as an Eagles fan. It's just during the games where I'm just like, he looks like he lost a step. He looks like he doesn't care anymore. But I really like AJ Brown. Every time he does an interview, every time he's talking to somebody, he seems like a nice dude. I would never get that he's like a diva on the field from his interviews. I don't understand what he does on the field. OFP Ginger Ninja, it is awesome watching the Titans screw everything up in my division. AJ Brown, Henry Vrabels, LOL. I mean, that is true. And now they're going to do this. Again, neither of us like the head coach hire of who was it? The guy from the 49ers.
The defensive dude.
Why am I blanking on his name? He was the coach of the Jets.
Yep. And then Robert Saleh.
Neither of us like that signing, so we'll see how that works. Nick Overman says, hey, I'm a Panthers fan. We've been doing that ever since McDermott left us after our Super Bowl run. That is true. The Panthers were in the Super Bowl with a 15-1 record, and now it's just nothing. Ginger Ninja said that's scary to my wife's doctor story. Yeah, she confirmed that she ran out of there and is now calling her actual doctor. So that's good. Nick Overman, Brady constantly took pay cuts to have a good team. I am honestly shocked more quarterbacks don't do this,
because
it's been proven to be the way to win the games.
And I'm glad that he said that. And that is my whole thing with Drake May. And another reason why this team can go back to the Super Bowl is because he is humble. He doesn't care. Like, he wants to play the game. I could see, like, he's going to get paid. Like, he'll get paid. But I could see him going, I don't need that much. Let's put together a team. Let's fix my O-line. Let's do that. Come on now.
Well, I'm shocked Joe Burrow hasn't been like, guys, I'll give you $10 million back to just fix my O-line.
I can see a lot of Drake May or Joe Burrow in Drake May. He's not there yet, but I can see that comparison. Smart, wants to play the game, can throw the ball very well, but yeah, dude, they need O lines. And honestly, I don't know how Joe Burrow is not out of there. Dude, he's so good. He's wasting all of his years.
Not even 10 million. I'm surprised Joe Burrow has been like, listen, guys, you're going to pay me $50 million this year. I will give you 48 of it and spend it all on O-line. Like, just spend it on O-line. I'm tired of getting hit. I don't know if this is a slip, but he put Caleb Williams about to take the next step by Ginger Ninja. I don't know if
probably wasn't a slip.
but that is a compliment because he said he's going to take the next step. All right. So, Casino, do you remember your picks at the beginning of the season for divisions? This is for our two divisions, NFC and AFC. Do you remember what you
AFC? I had the Bills.
Yes.
So in our divisions, I had AFC for the Bills, and then for yours, I had the Eagles.
We'll just do AFC right now because I have them on two separate things.
Okay.
Yes.
AFC. I had the Broncos. I had the Bills. I had the Ravens. I had Tampa.
That is not AFC. You know what? I'm just going to pull it up.
Did I? No. Did I see?
So for
God damn it.
division winners, you had
I had Texans.
Ravens.
That's right.
You had Ravens winning the division and being the number 1 seed.
That's right.
You had Bills winning the AFC.
Almost.
You had Texans winning the South, and then Broncos winning the West. So I mean
outside. I missed on Texans. No, wait, Texans won, right?
No, Jaguars won the division. Texans got to the playoffs.
Sorry, it's been a long day for me.
So
I'm messing up divisions or conferences right now. Oy vey.
And then for wild card, you had Chargers, Steelers, Patriots, which no, if you would have switched Texans, you would have nailed this. If you would have just switched Texans and Ravens, you would have got, I mean, obviously it's different, but those were your division winners. My division winners, and again, I have not looked at these since the beginning of the season. I just say
I did pretty good there, kind of.
Mine, I had Ravens winning with the number 1 seed. We were both really high on the Ravens. I had Chiefs making the playoffs. Your hot take was missing the playoffs. Bills and then Texans. So really
we did pretty good.
I mean, honestly, if we just would have taken out Ravens and Chiefs and replaced them with Patriots and you Patriots. Me, if I just would have switched out Jaguars and
you missed the Jags and Pats, and that's it.
Oh, Jags and Pats, that's it. And
then go back to me, and then all I missed was Jags.
Yeah. So not too bad.
Not too bad. The order is all different, but not too bad.
Now NFC, this is your NFC. You had Eagles, Bucks, Packers, Seahawks, and then Lions, Commanders, 49ers.
I do not know my NFC. Apparently, I don't know my AFC either.
So you did get the division winner right for the Eagles. Obviously, Bucks. We both again.
I the Rams out of it. I was so worried about that back injury, dude.
I know. Everybody forgets going into last season, Rams or Stafford having a back injury was like the number 1 story.
Again, my whole point on all of that was I have back issues. Like I was in a car accident I was in a car accident about 10 years ago, and just enough to mess up my back, dude. And it sucks. I feel it every time I go out and play soccer. I feel it every day. About to go to the gym. It's an athletic conditioning day. Guarantee you, feel my back.
But yeah, your NFC much harder. You had Lions, Commanders, 49ers wild card, Eagles, Bucks, Packers, Seahawks.
I got 4. Winners. I got 4 out of 7.
Let's see what mine was. Mine was my NFC. I got Rams in there. I had what is it? I had Packers, I had Bucks, I had Eagles.
Oh yeah, you're 4 out of 7 as well.
Yeah,
but this is crazy. You didn't have the Seahawks in there.
I did not have the Seahawks, and I remember on that show debating between either Panthers or Falcons, and I went with Falcons over Panthers, even though
I remember that.
Even though I said Panthers, I think would do it.
I really wish that I put the Rams on there. I was just so worried about his back, dude. Like so worried about his back. And that's why another reason why, if that was a real thing, winning MVP this year, dude, great job. Like great fucking job. I'm just happy that I was higher on the Seahawks going into the season. Than most people were. I felt like all the pieces they brought in. I liked McDonald. I liked what this team could be. I was higher on Sam Darnold than you were. Going into it. Because like I said, all you have to do is fix his pass rush awareness, and then he could be better. Obviously, he still turned over the ball a lot, but I do think that improved.
What is it, Buffalo?
And that showed. You talked about it. His pocket awareness in the Super Bowl was phenomenal. He made Milton Williams miss him twice.
Yeah.
I mean, again, he can be taught. If he can be taught, any player can be taught. Right. If you could teach Sam Darnold how to not see ghosts on a regular basis, I think you could teach any player.
5 people watching at 5 p.m. Y'all don't know ball and no one is watching. Go to sleep. Buffalo man, idiot. We're on the West Coast. We have 3 No, we have 4 different live feeds going right now. You're only seeing the live feed from one. We have way more than 5
And I
people
love that,
watching us.
you're complaining, but yet you're watching. This is
Yeah.
great.
Also, who goes to bed at 5 p.m., you child, you little
Yeah.
baby? Go to bed.
No, that's an old man thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, very old.
Shut up.
Also, good luck next year, Bills, when you go through a juggernaut of top tier coaching. Good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Good luck. You play like
Joe
8 of the
Brady.
best coaches in the league right now. Good luck.
I just wanted to highlight this absolute dipshit who literally got every single thing in his comment wrong. So, Buffalo Man 321, we have MVPs and dipshits of the episode. You're dipshit of the episode. So, enjoy that, buddy. Enjoy that. But we also have San Francisco 49ers are winning the Super Bowl next year. San Fran versus Cincinnati. San Fran versus Cincinnati next year. Do the colors align with that? I don't think the colors align. There's a green in there.
I can see San Fran going. Cincinnati, they're too broken.
Yeah, and that's
they just can't do it.
That's by David Daniel.
San Francisco, I can definitely see going because what they did this year and how far they got. I mean, that was a masterful coaching job.
This is actually insane. Jason Miyamoto says, let's go dark side. But he said the Pats played 11 teams that fired their coach this year. Is that true?
It is. And you know why?
That's crazy.
And you know why? Because the Patriots spanked them. That's why.
They're like, I can't believe we lost to the Patriots. Like, that's what it was.
However you want to take it.
No.
You took it. You're fired. Get out of here.
Ginger Ninja disagrees with Buffalo Man, says both did solid. Washington NFC Championship game 2 years ago. That is well, this year it was just injuries. But again, we said that going into this season was they were the oldest team last year and they just got older.
Yeah,
they were just signing every
constantly getting hurt is just making him older and older and older.
See, that's why
we're so worried about him, man.
Well, that's also why
him. I liked him a lot. I said that he was going to be that rookie MVP that year. He was. I was really high on him, and he just keeps getting injured. And that's my fear for Jackson Dart. I like Jackson Dart.
Exactly what I was just going to say.
I like Jackson Dart a lot. I don't. His attitude and the way he brings himself is not. I'm more Drake May. I'm more just, stay calm, just go in, play ball. Jackson Dart's more flash flare, more like you, right?
That's true.
Totally fine. But I do like it. It's good for it, especially if you can back it up. And he's good. He's just got to play smart and not say dumb things like, "Oh, well, this is how I played in high school." It's not high school. It's the NFL.
Well, it's also one of those.
That whole interview made me laugh.
I will say the thing that worries me about all these young quarterbacks is they just do take a lot of hits, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of hits we see where it's just like, and also they're all so small. Like Jackson Dart looks tiny. So does Jaden Daniels. So does Bryce Young. Like, so does Cam Ward doesn't look like a huge guy. It's just like all these quarterbacks coming out are just way too tiny to just be diving for first downs.
We need a Big Ben era.
Sliding. That's what I'm saying. Where's their Big Ben? Where's our Andrew Lucks? Actually, I'm going to say, how big do you think Cam Ward is?
I don't know. 6'1", maybe?
Let's see. Cam Ward.
6'1".
Size.
220? I don't know.
He is, he's 6'2". That's good. He's
close.
6'2". But see, he only weighs 220 pounds.
I just nailed that. I literally just said 6'1", 220. I was off by 1 inch. Damn.
Yeah. See, again,
I'm going to work at a carnival because this isn't panning out. I'm getting my AFC and NFC mixed up. I'm just going to go work at the carnival now. Hell yeah.
What is it? Jason Miyamoto says, I see the Bills going. Look, don't count the Hawks out. They have the 6th most cap space of all teams. I see them keeping most of the dark side together. Well, yeah, that's the thing.
And I don't see the Bills going with all the coaching that they're going against. I'm not too fond of what they brought in, and they still have a dumbass running their GM as their GM. So
wait, who are you talking about?
The Bills. So the last one said Bills.
No, he said don't count the Hawks out.
No, before that
one. You said see the Bills going. Yeah.
I don't see the Bills going.
Well, the Bills' defense was the issue last year, so why would you promote the offensive coordinator? That just seems weird to me.
Don't know. Don't get it. And also being in that front office, again, they've hit on 2 Pro Bowlers out of their last 57 picks.
True.
Like it's bad. It's bad.
Also, speaking of bad, these were our MVP picks going into the season. I'll tell you what, the guy that says we don't know ball, if he was specifically talking about who you and I pick for MVP at the start of every season, he would be 100% correct. We are 0 and 100 on our MVP picks. So, Casino went the safe route and said Lamar Jackson.
I just thought the Ravens would be better. I'll tell you right now, I'm not picking him next year. I'm not picking him next year.
And I stupidly said he's going to go on the revenge tour and prove everybody wrong. I said my MVP was going to be Jalen Hurts.
Homer.
So, well, that was my whole thing. It was Homer. He was disrespected the whole offseason after winning a Super Bowl. I thought they were going to go God mode. I forgot they had a Make-A-Wish child calling the plays. So that was the issue with that. And then
I honestly don't think I don't think I'll ever pick Lamar Jackson again. I just don't think I ever will.
But also, I think if we just pick Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and just split the MVP vote, I think most years we're going to be right. Right?
I don't think Lamar Jackson has it in him anymore. I just don't. 2 years in a row, his running ability, his pocket awareness, he's not as elusive. What was it, 3 years ago? What was that play where he was just outstanding, or early last year maybe, where he was going, he did a juke move, he spun around, and he was out there just balling out, and you just haven't seen that as of late. So,
well, also, I'm not really high on what the Baltimore Ravens have done this offseason, and if they're going to be a threat next year. I would say the same thing with the Chiefs. So, playoff prediction.
Hot take already. I'll tell you right now, I don't think the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs again.
Ooh.
I think there's so many good young teams with good coaches.
Dude, even in that division.
Yeah.
What if all of a sudden
the Chargers are going to be better? The Chargers are going to be better.
Kubiak goes to the Raiders, they get Mendoza, and all of a sudden they're good. So now you have 3 other teams. Yeah.
I mean, you and I both think that they have the. Oh, somebody's at my door, and just obviously woken up my child now. So this is going to end here.
All right, wait. Last thing, we did collective. This was our collective pick for award winners. We had Mike Vrabel winning Coach of the Year. We both agreed on that, so that was correct. We had Ashton Genty winning Rookie of the Year. Obviously, that didn't happen. And then we had Abdul Carter winning Defensive Rookie of the Year for the NFL, which actually, who did? No, the defensive court. It was the guy from the Jaguars, wasn't it? Defensive Player of the Year, rookie. It was the Browns. Carson Swearinger was named the 2025 Defensive Rookie of the Year. So he was the 33rd overall pick. He had 156 tackles, 11 for loss, 2.5 sacks, and 2 interceptions. Yeah, he definitely did better than Abdul Carter, who just for long stretches of the season just completely disappeared. But we will do, I'll tell you what, Friday, there might not be a show. I have stuff to do Friday. There might not be a show. There might be. I don't know yet. But Monday's show is my favorite show of the year, which is you and I go over our hot takes and how close we were on our hot take. So tune in Monday for our hot take review show where we talk about what our hot takes were before the season started. Last Casino, I'll tell you what, he was heating up.
I know for a fact I hit a few of them.
What is it? That one I already read. Jason Miyamoto says, what are your thoughts on Raiders Fernando quarterback for the Raiders? I think he has to, right? I mean, if you're the Raiders, you have to take
him. But is he going to get the start over Geno, who they're paying a shit ton of money to?
I would say 100% yes, because
I would do it. I would do it because look what happened. You get rid of some pieces. Yes, you eat a lot of cap, but guess what? It's worked out in multiple places just as of late. Look at the Broncos.
Well, also
they were a snowstorm away from going to the Super Bowl.
I just saw this thing right before we were logging off here. Did you see the Browns' new head coach was just like, hey, you know who's actually looks really good throwing the ball? Deshaun Watson. The new Browns head coach just said Deshaun Watson actually looks really good throwing the ball. If Deshaun Watson starts week 1 for the Browns next year, the Shedeur Sanders what is it? Whatever that is around him, it'll explode. That'll be the biggest news story going into next season. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. But as far as Mendoza goes, the quarterback from Indiana, who's basically he's going number one. If he
Oh
didn't
yeah.
go number one, it'd be the biggest shock in NFL draft history.
No, he's going
Mendoza's
number
going
one.
number
And
one.
what I like about Mendoza is he's got that fight and that grit, and he's also like humbled, right? He just
Yeah.
wants to go out and play ball, and
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, also, again, Raiders keep Crosby. If they have Bowers, they got Genty, they got what is it? They just get one or two
Yeah.
more pieces
And
of offense. I like that offense.
unlike a lot of quarterbacks that, for example, 9, right? Who McCarthy just kept handing the ball off, and he didn't have to be the guy to step up in big moments. You've seen Mendoza step up in the big moments. That comeback against Penn, yeah, those were great catches, but he threw those balls where they had to be. He came back, really good games, and then in that title game, just that one run alone just shows you he will do what it takes, and he can do what it takes, at least at the collegiate level, to get it done, and that is coachable into the NFL. I think he's going to do well in the NFL.
Yeah. And then Miyamoto says it should have been a Moriori. I don't even know how to say that name. A Manuori rookie of the year. That's the safety for the Seahawks. But see, it's so hard for a safety or a corner to win defensive player of the year because when you know you're a good safety or a good cornerback is when they don't throw the ball near you. So you look on paper, you just don't have the stats for it unless you get a shitload of interceptions. But I agree. He was the best rookie. I mean, he was a big reason why that defense was so good this year.
I agree.
Ginger Ninja subbed up, fellas. I got to scram out. Appreciate it,
man.
Ginger Ninja.
Appreciate you.
You've been MVP of this show. We give one out every show. You've been MVP. Damn Yankee. Anybody but Geno Smith. Completely agree. Anybody but Deshaun Watson. Put that in there as well. My reason for Moriarty is that he can play all over the field, not just one spot. I agree with you, but again, it's a stat thing. You can't argue with a linebacker having over 100 tackles. Like it's just on paper, you're always going to vote for that guy. Yeah. Plus, Fernando Mendoza has got a toughness or a greediness, got punched in the mouth in the championship game, didn't cry about it. A toughness and I don't think greediness is the right word there. A toughness and like
grittiness.
Grittiness. Okay. Or like a resilience. Well, yeah, there's also that play where they ran the quarterback sneak on 4th down where he just muscled over 4 guys. Yeah, like that's great. All right, Casino. Anything else to say before we get out of here?
Spay and neuter your dogs and animals. That's an animals. Whatever Bob used to say all the time.
I'm going to take Buffalo Man's advice and go lay down to sleep at 2:30 p.m. So
God, I really wish I could just go do that right now. There's
actually,
no way.
A nap would be glorious right now.
No, I'm going to go get my son. He's going to hang out in the backyard with me. I'm going to try to put up more of my shed. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
Fantastic. All right. This has been the Only Sports Podcast. Again, there might be a show Friday. I'm trying to move some stuff around. I don't know, but there definitely will be Monday where we go over our hot takes from the beginning of the season. And then we start transitioning to hockey and basketball talk. Basketball All-Star weekends this weekend. So
hockey's got the Olympic break going on right now. We could talk about that. This would be great.
We can also talk about Winter Olympics. What is it? I'll tell you what, the shots drones are getting now. It's like, oh, this is why we have drones.
Well, I mean, that's why that's the whole reason that I forget the exact name of it, but going down the mountain, snowboarding and skiing, just like that's now a sport because
we can capture
you can capture it, which is awesome. And that has been so much fun. Watching the drones go down with the luge and the skeleton and the bobsled right behind them. Dude, that's so cool.
It's cool. It's cool.
So neat.
This has been the Only Sports Podcast. I'm Will. That's Casino over there. I'll see you maybe Friday, definitely Monday. Adios.